In this week's lesson, we continue really the theme that we raised last week. If in last week's lesson we looked at some surgery that was on offer for aneurysm, this week we'll look at some of the problems that are associated with large volume blood transfusion, which of course may be the result of an aneurysm resection. And we also look at some of the issues which are raised in reading the clotting screen. Now, the reason why I've put this in, just to explain this one for maybe all the podiatrists, is that it often strikes me that the clotting screen is a test which rather intimidates nurses. That the impression is given, or the impression is taken rather, that in order to understand a clotting screen, one must understand the details of the clotting cascade. Now, what I attempt to show in this is that there is a sort of functional view that you can take of reading a clotting screen, which doesn't really entail you knowing all the complexities of the clotting cascade, although I suppose in an ideal world one would know that too. So the problems of blood transfusion, the problems are raised which a clotting screen will address, and then after that I've added a somewhat controversial view that podiatry is one of the first lines of defence in the assessment of a patient's cardiovascular risk. And it attempts, Martin Fox's presentation attempts to argue the case that the vascular system is one system, and that problems in one area of the vascular system may well indicate that there are likely to be problems in another area, and that timely intervention from the podiatrist can alert problems which may well be of interest to the cardiologist. Hope you find his views interesting, because I certainly did.